Once you have created a perspective, you can modify the view by changing the camera controls. You can also change the view using some of the properties in the camera area under the Properties tool palette. You can also resize the size of the view with a dialog box, which we'll go ahead and take a look at. By the end of this video, you should be able to modify a camera both graphically and also on the tool palette. Now, currently I'm on floor 1, as you see here, and we're going to activate the camera first. I want you to take your project browser, then go down to 3D views and find the view called Modify Camera. Go ahead and right click on that. And on the right click menu, see Show Camera. Go ahead and click on it, and the camera will show up on the floor plan. This is the first way to be able to make some changes. And the changes that you might want to make is just positioning. You'll note here that you have the icon for the camera. There's also a line that comes through the center with a little magenta bullseye. That is basically called the target. And you can initially set the target in order to get the view, and then you can come back and adjust it. And you can basically pick it up and move it around like I'm doing right now. I'll just put it to the corner of this building. So now my target is the corner of the building right in front of the foyer there. The other portion, there's a little control ball right here. It says drag. This is basically the far clip plane. And everything that's inside the triangle currently is seen. If I take the control and actually move it, let's say to here, what happens is that anything beyond this plane is not in the view anymore. And that's basically something that you would have to play with to see how well it works. We're going to just keep it the way it is right there. Now, let's go ahead and open up the Modify Camera view. In the view, you'll note here that this is basically what we're looking at right now. If you come over to Properties and scroll down, you'll see that there's a camera section right here. And in the camera section, there's a couple things that you can do. One is you can change the eye elevation. The eye elevation is based on a person standing there in the parking lot, let's say. And the target elevation is where the target is placed on the building, which is somewhere probably right there. So let's go ahead and take a look at how we can maybe change these things. Let's take the elevation for the eye, and let's change that to 10 feet. And I'll hit apply. And you'll see that there's a little bit of an angle that shows up there. We'll come over here and pick up the target elevation. We'll change that to 5 feet as well and hit apply. And you'll see again, it kind of evens itself out. Actually, I have a little bit more open sky area that now shows, and the parking lot is kind of dropped down. So between these two controls, you can actually move things on the Properties tool palette just by playing with those. Now, if you go up a little bit on here as well, you have under Extents, Crop Region. You can basically turn off the crop region, which when you hit apply, takes the crop view out, and that's basically what you would get. The other thing that you can do is you can turn off whether far clip is supposed to be active or not. And you might see just a little bit of a change that will apply. If you play with it a little bit, there should be some changes in these windows here when you turn it either on or off. The other thing that you can do is you can change the crop size through a dialog box. Click up here on the crop size off of the ribbon. You'll notice here that what you have is a crop region dialog box that allows you to precisely size the crop region. The default right now that we set up is 5 13/16 by 4 15/16. And basically you can change it either by field of view, or you can lock in scaled proportions. So in this case, you can do it either way. You can specify an exact width and height for the view, and you can either change the field by scale or by using locked proportions. So we'll just come in here and we'll change this to 8, and we'll hit apply. And you'll notice right away that my view has lengthened. And in this case, I'll come in here and make this 6, and I hit apply, and I'll click OK. You'll see here that it's gone ahead and changed the size of the crop region. So basically, those are some of the controls that you can use to modify your camera. Just remember that in the floor plan view, you can activate the camera by right-clicking on the associated 3D view to activate that camera. You can also use properties to adjust the eye height and target elevation. You can also crop the 3D view using the dialog box that I just showed you in order to change the size of the cropped view.